Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to Livestream Saturday. I hope you guys have had a fantastic week and that your weekend has started really well as well. I'm going to try and get you guys up on screen instantly because we've had you guys hanging out in the live chat room about 45 minutes ago, a little bit longer than that, so thank you to the early birds for getting involved so early on. Hopefully everything's working and you can hear me. I know that with the new internet, we've got the opportunity to have a slightly better picture. Also, I've increased the bit rate to 2,500 because it was telling me to do that, whatever that means. So hopefully this is going to work. I think we're going to be just experimenting to see how the live streams go ahead, especially tonight, because we are making history. We're going to have the first ever pick roulette later in the show. So we'll see if that goes a little bit better than me trying to say it. But let's have a look into the live chat room. We have Patrick and Mary and Debbie and Jennifer and Lynn and Helen and Michelle and Nana2 and Kevin and Lynn and Carl and Ugligaga and Mario and Patrick and Lynn. It's going too quickly. Terry, Mary and Karen's in there. Eric as well. Brian and Velvet as well. Elaine, hello guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. And also, we have had some donations in the super chat window, but before we jump into that, I just want to bring up on screen the people's names who make this possible in the first place. Live streams, but the analysis videos, everything that's on this channel, and they are the names of my patrons, which will go across the bottom of the screen throughout this whole live stream. So thank you guys so much for all of your support, and you know who you are. You also do pop up in the super chat window as well, and thank you to you guys for your support on these live streams. Without further ado, let me get the super chat window up on screen, and we're going to have to do a little bit of scrolling up because we've had a few donations that came in before the live stream started, so thank you guys so much for that. And there's lots of ands going on because we have so much on screen throughout the whole live streams, but hopefully the live likes is going to be there. And let me see if I can just make that a little bit more centralized by moving that across. We are at 117 likes already, so thank you for hitting that thumbs up. We're going to see if we can get to, I think it's 310 is going to be the target for the live stream likes tonight. And also we're going to be having a target of, I think, 320 if we're going to have another pick lottery next Saturday. So that is going to be the target for that. I'll put that on screen later, but just for the moment we're going to be taking a look into that super chat window. So we had a donation from Orlando, who has donated $2 again. Thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is spike the likes with lots of thumbs up. And let's have a plug of the mug while we're talking about spiking the likes, and there is a plug of the mug. And I'm jealous of the people who have received their mugs already, the new mugs that are available over at teespring.com, because I received one, but unfortunately they've sent me a random mug that's nothing to do with Wings of Pegasus or the design, the new design of the mug. And it means that I'm going to have to message Teespring and get in contact with them. The silly thing is that the mug that they're sending me is supposed to be just an example of the design and everything. It's one of those things that they send out almost like a prototype so you can get to see what it's like. But they've sent me something that's totally irrelevant. So I'm going to have to wait another couple of weeks maybe to get my mug here, at least the new mug. I've got the original Livestream Tuesday mug here with the spike the likes. You can get your hands on that if you want to. It should be under the tray or underneath this video in the tray. There's lots of merchandise in there, but if you head over to teespring.com, you'll be able to find all of the stuff there. Just type in Wings of Pegasus, search for that, and you'll find it. But we will be taking a look at some of your pictures of the new mugs. At least some of you guys have got them out there. We'll be taking a look at those later on in the show as well. So a lot to get through, but let's get into the super chat window again because Lisa has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Lisa. And the message is, hello wingers, as usual at work tonight, have a fun live stream, catch you later, with a thumbs up. And I think that's a peace symbol by the looks of it, and then a heart. So thank you for that, Lisa, and she will be one of the catch-up crew tonight. Lucy has donated $19.99 as well. Thank you for that, Lucy. The message is, howdy Phil, fellow wingers and new wingers. Don't forget to spike the likes for the Cross the Pond Fund. PhilCon, Philestival, PhilFest, Philapalooza, or Wingerstock. Take care, everyone, with some rock horns, a heart, and peace. So, thank you for that, Lucy, and for all of the names of whatever the event's going to be in the future for the eventual Cross the Pond journey. So thank you for that, Lucy. And Linda Z was in the house. These were all donations before the live stream, and Lucy's donation was at 9:37 p.m, so that was tonight, just a few hours ago, and Linda Z's donation was at 9:47 p.m. So they both donated at exactly the same time, so that's got to be something to do with the Twilight Zone or something. So thank you, Linda Z, who has donated $20 as well. And the message is, hi Phil, sadly I must miss the live stream again. A girlfriend and I are in Las Vegas visiting a longtime friend we've known since before you were born. We're all quarantined just for this visit, so alas, it must take priority. So thank you for that, Linda Z, and have a great time in Las Vegas, and hopefully you won't lose all of your money on the slot machines and all that kind of stuff. Las Vegas is definitely a place that I'd like to go to at some point, but I'm not much of a gambler, so I'm not sure what I'd do there. Probably just check out the music and maybe just watch other people gambling. I do not know, but thank you, Linda Z, for that donation. And Linda will be part of that catch-up crew as well. And we've had a donation from Stephen, who donated at 1 minute past 12. So that was 1 minute into the live stream. We're now 8 minutes into the live stream, and Stephen donated $4. So thank you so much for that, Stephen. And I'm just going to scroll down to make sure I get the message. And it's the guy with his mug, and he looks like he's got some summer fruits squash in there. I'm going for the orange squash tonight, so I'm not syncing up with the guy with his mug. But thank you, Stephen, for that donation. Deborah has donated $5 and says, spike the likes. Thank you for that, Deborah. Great idea. It's almost 10 minutes past midnight here in the UK, so if you could hit that thumbs up, it'd be massively appreciated. We are clocking in at 147 likes at the moment, so we'll keep an eye on that and see where we end up at the end of the live stream. We're aiming for 310 tonight, or 320 if you want another pick lottery or pick roulette, as I'm calling it, next week. But we will be checking that out this Saturday for the first one ever, and it's going to be a little bit of trial and error, I think, because it's going to be the first one we've ever done. Hopefully it'll be shown on screen. I know that before I do show it on screen, I've got to get rid of everything on the screen that you can see, including myself. So I'll get rid of all of that, hopefully, by the time we get to it, and you should be able to see the roulette wheel and all of your names on there. If you did agree to be part of the roulette, your names will be on there. And then we will be looking at whoever's going to win the first ever pick, signed pick. And I do have a picture that I'm going to show you guys before we do the roulette to see what you get, the pick, and also there's a picture of some guy holding a guitar, but you'll see that later on. Thank you, Deborah, for that donation. Sandy is in the house as well and has donated $5. Thank you for this, Sandy. The message is, congrats on your crazy number of Tuesday likes. So thank you for that. And on Tuesday, for some reason, we just had an immense amount of likes. I think it was 400 or maybe 500, and then it just continued after that. So thank you everyone that did tune in on Tuesday. If you are new to the live streams, just introduce yourself, say hello in the live chat room. We have such a great community here, and they will welcome you, and you'll be one of the regulars, because that's all that's happened, is that everyone that's part of this live stream have tuned in for a few live streams, and then I've seen their name, and we just get used to seeing each other's names. So it's a great community here. And also, I just saw Mario go through the live chat room. So everyone say a massive hello to Mario, because that's what we do on these live streams. And we have Mario's guitars in the background. We have the Maton here and the Steve Vai gem signature there. I'm just trying to make sure that I pointed exactly to it. So a massive hello to Mario, and let me take this opportunity to say a big thank you to the moderators as well, who do such a fantastic job throughout this live stream. So a massive shout out to them. You will see a wrench next to their name, and their name is in blue. So that's how to spot the moderators. So thank you also to Carla, who has just gone through the screen there. I saw it in the live chat room because she has organised the pick roulette, the wheel, and entered all of the names and got that all sorted. So a massive thank you to her for doing that and organising it all tonight. So we can all have a lot of fun later looking at that wheel spin around to see who the winner is going to be. So let's stay in the super chat window because we had another donation, and this is from Carl for $10. Thank you again, Carl. The message is the usual plus a little extra for Chinese takeout. Sold some prints today, so feeling generous, laugh out loud. So thank you for that, Carl. And I did have some Chinese 3 days ago, and then I had Chinese again 2 days ago because the portions that they give you are just insanely big, so it lasts me 2 nights or 2 days worth of evening meals. So, and that was all Carl's fault for mentioning it last time. So thanks to Carl, I had Chinese, and now he's trying to get me to have even more Chinese. But thank you, Carl, for that donation, and congratulations on selling some extra prints today. So Debbie has donated $4.99 as well. I'm just going to have to scroll down and make sure that I get this all in there. And thank you for this, Debbie. The message is excited to see who wins the pick. Yay! So am I. I can't wait to see who's going to win this. It's going to be interesting, but we will get there probably after the cover that has been requested over on Patreon. We'll get jumping into the Facebook pictures that have been uploaded to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group of all the new mugs, but then we'll jump into it after that. So that is something to look out for. And Vince is in the house and has donated $20. Thank you for that, Vince. The message is fit. Or Phil, Jennifer Sun says, I love the studio musicians and wonder, Phil, if you ever did that kind of work, and do you think it is unfair that they never got or get listed for credit on songs? So thank you for that, Vince and Jennifer. So with this, I have done session work in the past, but it's not been me going out trying to do session work, because the life of a session musician is a very difficult one, because they have to try and find jobs. In order to stay employed the whole time, they're just getting paid for a job, and then they have to find another job. I guess it's like acting. You have to try and get to auditions and do an audition and then get the audition, and then you do the acting role. And it's the same with session musicians. They have to just contact studios and just hope that they get picked to play a particular song or play on an album or whatever it may be. So it's a very difficult life being a session musician. The only way that I've done it is people coming to me asking me to do session work, and that's something that I have done in the past, but I'm not a session musician. I don't go out and have to give my name to lots of studios. It's just something that I used to do in the past. When people approached me to do it, I didn't have a problem with doing that. And with that, it is literally being paid pro rata, or being paid for a particular job. So it means that if you're asked to do a particular rhythm track and you do the 3 or 4 minutes worth of rhythm, you send that off to the person or the studio who's requested it, and then you get paid the fee for that session. So you don't get any credits, or you might get a credit on the eventual recording as the person who played on that song, but you're not going to get any royalties from that because you were paid a one-off sum. And that's the way that it generally works for session musicians. If you have actually written something yourself, then you receive a writing credit, or at least you should. And that is what used to happen sometimes back in the day, in the 60s. There'd be session musicians who would write parts and be a fundamental part of the song, but they got paid a flat rate and didn't actually get any credit for their own intellectual property, which is a whole nother thing, and they should have really got credit for that and be picking up royalties for it because they were part of writing that song. So it is a little bit different. I have done session work in the past where I have written particular lines or vocal lines as well. I have sung on demos that then get shown round to artists at studios. So vocally, if I've written anything or come up with a vocal melody, then that is still something that you will get, or I will get a royalty for, even if the song goes really far down the line and might be recorded in 5 years' time. My name is still on that for the vocal melody. So it's something that works differently, but nowadays I'm not doing any session work because I didn't do it in the first place. I would just do it occasionally here or there just for a little bit of extra money. But now I'm just full-time with my own music and sending off CDs and doing everything here on the internet as well. So I am very busy every day, but I have done that in the past from a session perspective. So thank you so much, Vince, for that donation, and Jennifer for the question. Hopefully that answer wasn't too long. And we have Jim in the house who has donated $5. Thank you for that, Jim. The message is, Phil, looking forward to a great live chat. So am I. And thank you, Jim, for joining us tonight, and all you guys in the live chat room. We are going to be getting into the first video soon, but I just want to get through these donations first. Thank you, Susan, who has donated $10. The message is, working on a Saturday again, but I'm popping in for a quick hello from California and a spike of the likes. See you as part of the catch-up crew. Rock! So thank you for that, Susan. Susan will be one of the catch-up crew, but thank you for spiking the likes and popping in with a donation as well. Where are we with the likes? 169 is what we're looking at the moment. So if you haven't used your thumbs up token yet, it'd be much appreciated if you could do that. It really does help the stream to get out there and just the channel to grow as a whole. And it might have been the case that last Tuesday, when we got an insane amount of people here, it could have been to do with the likes and the very early spike of the likes. So thank you everyone for doing that last week as well. So I'm just going to scroll down because King Nero has donated $20. Thank you for that. The message is, I'd like to recognize Scott Walker of the Walker Brothers and Tom Finn of the Left Bank of Stars, who lost this year, in addition to Mac Davis, Helen Reddy and Eddie Van Halen. I know there are others and sadly more coming. So thank you for that donation, but also that message as well. And this is the thing, that it doesn't really matter what music you're into. These people that you think are going to live forever, everyone is human. And sometimes, I mean, it was the case with Eddie Van Halen for me, certainly, idolizing a particular guitarist or someone who's had such an immense impact on the way that I play guitar, what I was into, the whole 80s decade, the late 70s as well, but the 80s decade of just upping the bar for every guitarist. And it was certainly something that took me by surprise and was very shocking to hear about Eddie passing on. But there are all manner of artists who come from so many different genres, as King Nero has mentioned there, that are very shocking to hear have been lost. But unfortunately, especially with COVID and all the things going on this year, and it just being one hell of a year, a very depressing year, but it's just something that we're going to have to try and pull together and be safe and try and isolate and wear masks and try and reduce this whole COVID thing as much as we can. But it is a very sad time and a standalone time for our generation, because something like COVID has never happened before on this scale. So thank you, King Nero, for that donation, but also for just helping us to remember those that are lost and have been lost this year. DCMC has donated $10 as well. Thank you so much for that. The message is, love your channel, Phil. I've learned to enjoy music from such a different perspective. Thank you for that. So no problem, and I'm glad that the videos help you in that way, and thank you for that donation and just for watching as a whole. Just watching a video now and again is much appreciated, and all of you guys for commenting and watching the videos as well. Sue has donated $20. Thank you for this, Sue. The message is, you are amazing, with the guy doing his dance. So thank you for that, Sue. And Orlando has popped in again to donate $2. So thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, you are too good to be a session musician. So thank you for that. But session musicians are very, very good. And Guys like Glenn Campbell was a session musician. These guys that were playing on so many hits back in the day and then broke off and had their own very successful careers. But yes, session musicians have to be at the top level in order to play different styles and play whatever a particular studio wants them to play at that time. So thank you, Orlando, for the kind words, but session musicians are top musicians. And the ones that aren't very good generally don't get employed very much because it is a cutthroat business. So it really does pay to practice and get down your techniques and just be solid in as many different styles of playing as you can be. But thank you everyone for tuning in and for hitting that thumbs up as well. 192 it's just gone over to. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. We are going to be jumping into the first video of the night, and I'm going to do this like I did on Tuesday, where I'm going to take a look at the Patreon requests. So thank you guys so much for looking at Patreon in the first place, but also for answering my post that I do on there. And when I get this screen up on screen, it suddenly goes bright because it's very white, the pages over on Patreon. So thank you guys for this. I'm just going to have a little look down the list because Leanne has requested Haunted. So that is going to be the first one that we're going to be jumping into. I'm going to probably choose the lyric version of that. Also, just scrolling down the list, Teresa requested Haunted as well. So this one is going to be for you guys. And let me get the correct screen on screen. And we're going to jump into this. I'll see you guys after. I'll be in the live chat room while this is playing. And I hope you enjoy it. Rock!
Rain falls outside my
there we have it. That was my song called Haunted. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. You can pick that up over at wingsofpegasus.com/store with the album, which is called Persistence. And you can also get tracks, download them individually if you want to over there as well. It's also available on iTunes and Amazon, but it's better for me if you go to my website, wingsofpegasus.com, because then I don't have to give away a percentage. So, I'm getting very good at saying that because I have to say it all the time. But let me get the super chat window up on screen because we have had a little bit of action in there. I'm also just going to move that down a little bit in the live chat room because we don't need to see live chat room live chat. Anyway, let's get back into the super chat window. So we have had a donation from Lucy, so thank you again for this. The donation is $4.99. Thank you for that. The message is, happy belated birthday to the late great John Lennon, who would have been 80 on October 9th. May he rest in peace. Amen to that. Thank you for that message, Lucy, and the donation as well. And Kay has donated $5. Thank you for that, Kay. The message is there a British equivalent to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio? And I don't think we have, well, I know that we don't, or at least not to my knowledge, have a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or UK version of it. It's probably going to be the UK Music Hall of Fame, something like that. I think that definitely does exist, but it's not called Rock and Roll. It's just, I think, generally for just music and lots of different artists, but it might be regarded as a similar kind of thing. But I think that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is something that's seen as the standard, and there aren't lots and lots of different Rock and Roll Hall of Fames, at least not that I know of, and I just know one that pops up all the time that everyone relates to, which is the one that you're relating to or referring to there, Kay. So it's probably the UK Music Hall of Fame, which we have here, but yeah, no rock and roll version of it. But thank you for that, Kay. And Marge has donated $2 as well. Thank you for this, Marge. And it looks like it is a straight up donation. So thank you for that, Marge. So let's have a little look at the likes counter. We are at 214 likes. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. We are closing in on tonight's likes goal of 310. And let me see if I can put this extra little total up there. I don't know whether this is going to work. There we go. And I saw that Carla said the pick lottery likes was at 310. And I think I've done the same thing again. I've now set it at 320 because the likes goal for the normal live stream is 310. So then I thought that the lottery likes should be more than that. So I'm sticking it there at 320 for the likes lottery. It might just be the case that it's just random as to what that number is, depending on what I've typed in before the live stream starts. So we are looking at 320 to have the same roulette. I should maybe change that to roulette because I think the pick roulette is just easier to say, and when you see the image of the roulette wheel is going to make more sense, but the target is going to be 320, so we will see. Anyway, thank you guys so much for I can now see that Carla's name is about to go through the live chat room lots of times because she is saying 310 for the like lottery, and I'm maybe it can be 310, and Carla says if we hit 300 we jump by 10. We're gonna have to maybe just try and get to 320 tonight because the ordinary likes goal is 310. That's what I've set it up as in the corner, and I don't want the two likes overlapping, so it might be that we just skipped ahead by a week to add an extra 10 there. So unfortunately, I think it's not going to count unless we get to 320 because that's what it says on the screen, and I can't contradict the machinery on the screen. But anyway, the only way that we can sort it out is by everyone hitting that thumbs up and getting us up to 320. We will see. we're looking for 95 more people to tune in before the end of the live stream in order for that to happen and for them to hit the thumbs up. So we will see if that can happen later on in this live stream. If you want to hit that thumbs up now, it is just midnight here in the UK, so a great time to spike the likes. And we are going to be getting into the video, or at least the cover that was requested over on Patreon. And this is a video that I did upload this week to the channel independently because it was requested over on Patreon. And I'm not sure how many people saw that video, or at least people who saw the live stream on Tuesday, because I did want to play it then, but I had problems with it, so I couldn't upload it. So I'm just going to pop over to the Patreon page because I know that this was requested over there. It is going to be the Eddie Van Halen tribute for this, and it was Kevin who requested this over on Patreon. So thank you for that, Kevin. And I think it was Teresa as well who also asked for it. So it just seems fitting to play this on the live stream as well. I hope you guys enjoy this. It's going to be my cover of Eruption and also the solo from Beat It. I'm going to be in the live chat room while this is playing, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock. And there we have it. That was the tribute video that I did upload onto Facebook earlier this week, and I did do a spoken intro to it as well. I don't want to go through that all again, but like I did say in that video, Van Halen, I'm sure, was a huge influence on millions and millions of guitar players in the 80s, but especially myself growing up in the 80s and early 90s as well is when I started to play the guitar, and somehow heard Van Halen after being into Jimi Hendrix and getting into rock and then a bit of blues as well, and Gary Moore, and players that you think you're starting to get a hang of maybe playing blues and hearing these different players. Gary Moore was just crazy good. You got so many other guys, Stevie Ray Vaughan, for example, that were just immense players and were so good at what they did. And then you had Van Halen, which just totally threw something else at you that you'd never heard before. And that was the thing about Eddie Van Halen, is the technique, but the way that he applied the techniques, because it's not as if tapping hadn't been done before, because Roy Smeck was doing tapping on a ukulele in the 1920s, so it's a very old technique. But to have somebody like Eddie Van Halen to take a technique and totally throw you off with the way that he's used it and just trying to figure out what he's doing, and when you're listening to a guitar player and you cannot figure out what is going on, you know that they're at a totally different level, and Eddie Van Halen certainly was. Let me just throw in there as well that the technique being paired with melody and appreciation of melody is a massive part of it, because there are millions of really fast players and millions of guys who can tap and melt your face with their tapping ability, but it's then pairing that with melody. That is the piece de resistance. That is the most difficult part about music in general, is finding melody within whatever you are doing, whether it be singing or playing any instrument, and being able to express with that instrument as well. And that's certainly something that Van Halen did, because Eddie just had this ability to play with perfect technique but also throw caution to the wind at the same time. And that's why it's so difficult to get the phrasing anywhere close to the way that he did it, or get it to feel the way that he did it, because it was just literally his personality coming through that fretboard. But anyway, thank you guys for checking out that video earlier in the week and the kind comments in that comment section. But also thank you for joining me tonight. Let me just have a little look in the live chat room, because we have Lynn in there, and Leanne, Alexi, Jennifer, Neil's moderating in there as well. Hello Neil and Billy and Elaine and Patrick and Vince and King Nero and Mario still in the house. Hippie and Teresa and Jennifer and Deborah. Hello guys, thank you for sticking with me in this live stream, and we are at 244 likes, so you are hitting that thumbs up. Thank you so much for doing that. We are going to be jumping into the super chat window because we've had another donation from Vince, and this is for $10, so thank you for that, Vince. The message is, Phil, sorry my autocorrect keeps changing your name to fit in the live. Don't worry about that, it happens all the time, even with me trying to write my own name on an app or doing it on a tablet or something. It's a nightmare. But anyway, in the live chat, Corey Leah said somebody asked why he never plays that cover of Sweet Emotion, so thank you for passing on that question. And this Sweet Emotion video is a really old one, and everything that I have here is post 2013, so it means that that original video, the Sweet Emotion one, is on an old Mac, and that is somewhere else, and trying to get it from the hard drive is going to be a pain, and I just haven't had the time to sit down and find where it is on the computer, because as you can imagine, that computer's got years and years of recordings and videos and editing on it, so I have done loads and loads of videos over the years, so it's just a case that I haven't managed to get into that computer and find where that particular video is, and then extract it from the computer, put it on this computer and convert the file into whatever it needs to be, probably MP4. I'm not sure whether it's going to be that on the old computer, but anyway, that is the short answer, is just that it's not accessible, whereas a lot of the videos that I have accessible to me I can play here, because it means I just go to a hard drive or an external hard drive that is in this room, and I can then upload it to the software. So it will be something that I can try and get a bit of time in the future to get into that old computer and find that file, so that it is an option to play on these live streams. I'll also have to check it from the copyright perspective as well, because the things that I do play on the live stream are okay to play copyright wise, because the original video that has been uploaded on YouTube it's been tagged by whoever the copyright owner is. It's usually the publishing company who control it all for the record labels. So they then store my audio of a cover, and every time that is then uploaded anywhere on the internet, because it's stored on their system, it means that they'll take that revenue from the adverts or whatever it has been uploaded to, whether it be a live stream or just as a separate video. So on that side of things, the things that I do play on the live stream, I know that are safe from that point of view. It might be the case that if I upload something that isn't safe, and I have to obviously check it all, but if it's not safe, it means that the live stream won't be visible or will be removed from the live stream. So when we go to the cover section, nothing will then happen. It'll be silence because the copyright would not cover that, and that's generally what YouTube will do, or they'll block the whole live stream, and that is something that I have seen happen to people in the past. So I try and keep it just as safe as possible to keep the live stream going the whole time. But anyway, thank you so much for that, and I'm just going to scroll up here just to make sure I don't miss anything, because Terry has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Terry. It's a straight up donation without a message. And Ray is in the house. Hello, Ray, and thank you for this $100 donation. Just a crazy donation, massively appreciated. The message is, Phil, have you ever played in front of a hostile audience? How did you handle it? How would you handle an audition in front of Simon Cowell? Separate question, where exactly are hiding your Beat It guitar cover? Please do tell. So thank you for that, Ray. And the video that comes from, the Beat It cover, I also do a cover of the Final Countdown, so the solo from that, and also We Will Rock You. It's just a small montage that I did quite a while ago, and that is available on Patreon somewhere. I know that there's loads of extra videos and stuff on Patreon for you guys who are patrons of mine. Names at the bottom of the screen here. All those extra videos are on Patreon somewhere, but it's not on YouTube. It's not publicly on YouTube at the moment. So obviously now the Beat It solo is, but that whole video, if you want to check that out, then it will be on Patreon somewhere. But thank you, Ray, for that donation. And to answer that first question, I have never played in front of a hostile audience, and I think pretty much whenever I play live and have played live, I interact with the crowd quite a lot. So I just talk to people, and I seem to find that that's the best way of doing it. And I did play in front of a lot of people at Wembley Arena, and that was in front of, it's that Simon Cowell type setup for a show called The X Factor here in the UK, and I went on there just to prove a point. And Simon Cowell has to pay me a royalty whenever that video is played, because I own all of my music. So that's something that I do really stress to independent artists. Just keep access to your publishing rights and own everything. And if another TV show or a radio show feature your music, they have to pay you for that. But anyway, the audience there were fine because I did exactly the same thing. And I think if you talk to people and just are light-hearted, don't take yourself too seriously, it's absolutely fine. And if you enjoy yourself playing on stage and you enjoy the music you're playing, then that is the main thing, because people tap into that. I always say that even if people aren't watching you and nobody's turning up to your gigs, if you're enjoying the music you're playing, it doesn't really matter, because as long as you're having a great time, then it's win-win. And then if people do start joining in and start turning up to gigs, then it's even better. Obviously with COVID at the moment, nobody's going to any gigs, but it's the same thing for online. If people can see that you're enjoying yourself in any videos that you do post, if you just play the music you want to, then that'll come across. But anyway, thank you, Ray, so much for that donation. And Mary has donated $5. Thank you for that, Mary. And the message is $10. So thank you for that. And I think maybe that was $10, but $5 is Absolutely fine. Thank you so much for that donation, Mary. And Deborah has donated $9.99. Thank you so much for that, Deborah. And the message is, Jeff Wright is in the house and says your Eruption solo was awesome and he is getting ready to produce and play on Taj's album. So thank you for that, Deborah, but also thank you to Jeff for joining us tonight in the live chat room. Everyone say a huge hello to Jeff in the live chat room, because Jeff, if you don't know, has produced the debut single. I was going to say original single. It is original music, but it is also the debut single for Taj Farrant. So make sure that you check that out if you do get a chance. And also Jeff is going to be playing on the album as well and producing that. So looking forward to that one. Thank you, Deborah, for the donation. And thank you also, Jeff, for joining us. And by the way, it's called Just Can't Sleep, the single, the debut single for Taj. If you want to check that out and go and find it on the internet, you can find it in lots of different places and download it as well. DM has donated $2. Thank you so much for that, DM. The message is, didn't realise that Sean knew Eddie Van Halen. Glad we have you. So thank you for that, DM. And this might be a reference to Neil Sean. And Neil knows so many artists because he is such a fantastic guitarist in his own right and has had such a successful career. And Neil is one of those guys that I was fortunate enough to message me about the cover that I did of Don't Stop Believing, and that's quite a while back now, but yeah, it's something that Neil follows me over on Twitter, so I have access to that direct message function, so that's great, and just such a nice guy as well. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation. Mona has donated $50 as well. Thank you for that, Mona. Again, a very kind donation, massively appreciated. And the message is, many thanks to the awesome moderators. So thank you again, moderators, and Mona for pointing that light in their direction. Karen has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Karen. The message is, Phil, your Eddie Van Halen tribute was heartfelt and amazing. From one musician to another musician, I keep learning and am inspired by you. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that donation and the kind words. And it is great to hear, I think, as a musician, but just pretty much with anything in life, you can just keep on learning and just watch other people, learn as much as you can from them, and then add that to whatever you do. And it's such a great way of progressing, and music is such a great example of that. I think that if you just don't limit yourself, listen to lots of different styles and genres, and you can add it to what you do, and it'll just make you a more versatile and enriched artist. But that's just my opinion, but that's what I think. Anyway, Karen, thank you for that donation. And Vince has donated again $10. Thank you for this. And the message is, Phil, from the live chat, Marge Lacoste asked, do you belong to a union? I have heard of musicians having to join a union. So yes, I do. And I'm trying to think, it's going to be the Performing Rights Society, which is something that is to do with publishing, and it is effectively a union for musicians. So what happens there is they keep a track of everything for you. I do have a publishing company that do everything on my behalf. That's all done through TuneCore. That's the company. If you want to get your music on iTunes and Amazon and all the other places for people to download, then go to TuneCore. They also offer a publishing option. So that publishing company means that they are flagging across the whole internet anytime that your song might be used, and then you'll take revenue for that, your royalties. And that's the way that I work it. And also the Performing Rights Society, and it's PRS, that's what it's called here in the UK, they will give you an indication once a year. You receive a statement about the royalties that you get from your music from them. So that is something that I am a part of, and I think pretty much if you are serious about your music, it's so important to keep your rights, but also to register with the Performing Rights Society. Just get that all organised. If you do write original music, look at getting a third-party publishing company. in order to do that for you, because it's just much too much work to keep track of your own music across the whole internet. It's much better to have it automated through a company that can just use an algorithm to search the internet for all of your music. And the great thing about that is you pay them a one-off fee, and it's not something that's a crazy amount of money. It might be $40 or $50 a year, and then you take 100% of your royalties. So they're not taking a percentage of every single time your song's played. You're just paying them the money, and then any money you make for that year is yours. So it just makes financial sense to do that, and artistic sense to do that as well. So that is what I would suggest. But thank you, Vince and Marge, for that question, and Vince for the donation. Mount Light has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, keep it up with the guy doing some exercise. So thank you for this as well. Cindy, who has donated $5, and that looks like a straight up donation. So thank you, Cindy, for that. So we are at 300, or looking at 310 for the likes goal, but we are literally at 273 by the looks of it on the likeometer. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. If you haven't used your thumbs up token, now's a great time to do it. 10 to 1 in the morning here. We're going to have to move things along because, first of all, we're going to take a look at these pictures that have been uploaded to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. Thank you guys so much for doing that. And in order to do this, I have to get the background up on screen. I have to go to a different place in order to find the pictures. So hopefully this is going to work. I think maybe things are going to disappear. That is great. That is exactly what we want. And now hopefully we might have Jill up on screen showing us all of her merchandise. And thank you also to Vince for linking me to all of these pictures, and also flipping the pictures around, because sometimes they are they're just inverted, or what's it called, flipped over for the inside camera is what I'm trying to say on the phones. So thank you so much for uploading this, Jill. And this is coming from the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. If you guys want to join up with that, you can do, and upload your pictures of mugs or CDs or masks or whatever you want to do, or t-shirts. We've got a great example here because Jill is kitted out in everything. And we should have as well Jill's mug here that shows this is the one that I thought I was going to receive, and they sent me a black and white one. There was nothing to do with Wings of Pegasus or anything. So it's a shame, but here we have a great example of it. There it is. Let's see how they get on. And there we have it. So obviously it depends kind of how you hold it, but if you hold it in your left hand, then I think you'll see the back of it or the front of it. I'm not sure how it works. It looks like there. I'm trying to work it out because the image is probably flipped as well. Anyway, there you can see it. It says, let's see how they get on. And then on the back, and there we have it. And it's this monochrome design. You can also get it in purple and white, I think. But thank you so much for uploading that, Jill. And we have Deborah here with her let's see how they get on mug, and a great example there of the purple color that I was talking about. Thank you, Deborah, for uploading that. And I think we have the other side here that Deborah has taken to show you. And there we have it. Now we should have Sally up on screen here. At least her mug is up on screen. So thank you, Sally, for uploading this one. Again, just rubbing it in. This is the one that I wanted, but I haven't got yet, so I'm going to have to wait for mine to arrive. But there we go. Let's see how they get on. And that looks like it's on a mantelpiece or something going on there. And this is the other side of it. And there we have it. So thank you so much for uploading that, Sally, and everyone. Also, let me just show you guys, because we're about to get into the pick roulette, this is what will be sent to the lucky winner. And you can see the pick on the left hand side there. That's the front of the pick, the Wings of Pegasus. Then on the back it's got my signature, and there's some guy there holding a guitar, and that's what you're going to get. Whether you like it or not, you're going to get that picture. I should have turned off the flash, because you can just see my knee there underneath my right hand, and it looks like for some reason I've got something exploding on my leg, but that's just the flash of the camera, which I should have turned off. But thank you everyone for uploading those pictures to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. And we are just about to get into the first ever pick roulette, and I'm really hoping that this is going to work on any kind of level. Before we do, let's have a little look into the super chat window, because we've had a donation from Cindy, which was the one without a message. Thank you for that, Cindy. Michelle has donated $10. Thank you for that, Michelle. The message is, I got my new mug this week. Have you ever thought of copywriting your catchphrases? So thank you for that, Michelle. And no, I haven't thought of those. Well, it's just something that I say and then it turns into a catchphrase. So it's not something that I think of before I say it. But thank you for that, Michelle. And DM has donated $2. Thank you for that. The message is, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, just not in the UK. So thank you for that, which is true indeed. It's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere, and just coming up to 5 o'clock, it's just coming up to 1 a.m. here. So we are going to be doing this roulette, maybe at 1 a.m. Just let me get through the super chat window. So we've got another donation from Pam for $50. Thank you so much for that, Pam. And it's a straight up donation without a message. It is much appreciated. And we have Mario in the super chat window donating $200. Thank you so much for that, Mario. It is massively appreciated. Another crazy donation from Mario. And the message is, hi Phil, go 320 likes. I listened to Respect the Wind by Van Halen. Again, what a beautiful piece of music with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Mario. And very much highlighting the fact of melody and appreciation of melody that Eddie had, putting so much technique and pairing that with that appreciation of just great melodic content. But anyway, thank you so much for that, Mario. So, guys, we are going to be jumping into the first ever pick roulette, and in order to do this I need to get everything off the screen, so we're going to see everything disappear one by one. Hopefully, if this is going to work, fingers crossed it is. I think I'm going to have to do some real organization here to get this all organized. That is one thing that I meant to do that you can't see, but I'm getting everything organized on the other screen. I'm going to keep the patrons going along the bottom of the screen, because without them this wouldn't be taking place on the whole, any whole channel activity, but live streams, analysis videos, you name it. So I'm going to keep the patrons' names up on screen, hopefully won't obliterate anything. So the super chat window is going, and I'm going to have to go at some point as well, but maybe the live likes will get rid of that. The live chat room, unfortunately, guys, you're going to disappear for a little bit of time. It should only be a few minutes, and the likes goal is going as well. And it's actually going to be me that's going to disappear as well. So you should still be able to hear me, or maybe you won't be able to hear me, because if I go off the screen, it'll turn the mic off as well. So I'm going to stay on the screen. We're going to go to a little intro that I made. We're going to come back to me, and then, fingers crossed, we're going to go to the screen that has the roulette wheel on it. And the reason that I'm talking through all of this is because I have to try and make this work. It's going to be the first time that we've ever done it. But let's see. I'm going to disappear, and then I should reappear, and then the roulette wheel should fill up the whole screen after that. Fingers crossed. This is the first time ever, so if it doesn't work, we're just going to have to busk our way through it. But let's see what happens with this. Rock! The intro worked. So now hopefully we're going to get the roulette wheel up on screen. Fingers crossed. It might actually be right in front of my face. Let's have a look what happens. And there it is. You can still see my hands, but I've turned into a roulette wheel. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, so it's over the top of everything else, but that is good, because hopefully you guys can see this. The roulette wheel is all ready to go, and you'll be able to see all of the names on the roulette wheel there. And these are the people who posted in the comment section about saying agree and did a thumbs up to just basically agree to win a pick. So now there's a little shuffle thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to shuffle it once, and this is just shuffling the names once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So now all of the names are totally random, And let me get the thing in the middle of the screen here. We're gonna now do a little countdown. 3, 2, 1, and I've clicked. We are spinning. You want to be looking at the right hand side of the screen because that's the little counter. Whoever is going to be chosen is going to win a pig. So you have to keep an eye on that to see. It's going to slow down. It's going to slow down. It's going to slow down. This is where everyone gets very excited. Almost slowing down. It's going to take a little bit. We've got Abby. We've got Scott. We've got Patricia. We've got Jill. Is it stopping? It's gone to Billy, has it? I think it's gone to Billy. So, congratulations to Billy Juliana. You have won yourself the first ever signed Wings of Pegasus pick on the pick roulette. So, massive congratulations to Billy, and thank you everyone for playing this week's pick roulette. And the first one ever, and I think that has all worked. So here now Billy will have to let Carla know all of the information that Carla needs in order to send that pick off to you. But congratulations Billy, and thank you everyone for getting involved and being part of that first ever Saturday pick roulette. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and it did work. And I don't know if Billy is currently in the live chat room, so if Billy does watch this on catch up, then you can make all of those details and arrange them with Carla. But if you are in the live chat room at the moment, it's probably good to try and sort that out as soon as possible. But congratulations, and that wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be an absolute nightmare getting through all of that, but it seems to have worked okay, and a massive congratulations to Billy, the first winner. So I'm going to attempt now to get everything back to what it was previously, and I'm going to have to now click everything back. I think maybe in the future it might be good to have the whole screen filled in with the black background. Maybe I can make a background, or I could have put in the background that I used for the pictures before. But anyway, this is all hindsight. I can do it in the future. Anyway, thank you for joining me for that first ever pick roulette, and I just want to now try and get everything back on screen because we have had a little bit of action in the super chat window. That is now back up on screen. The live chat room is now back on screen as well, and I don't know if the live likes... There it is, 291. We are getting there. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. Let me also get the likes goal up there. I think that's everything that we had. Let me see if I can put this on screen as well. Okay, so everything is there. That's just for reference, really, the 320 for the pick lottery likes. If you guys want to have another pick roulette next week, then we need to reach 320, and we're at 292 at the moment. We are closing in, but we do need some people to hit that thumbs up. That would be massively appreciated. So let me jump into the super chat window. I'll keep that lottery likes target on there so people know what we're aiming for. And the next donation after Mario was Jill. So thank you for this, Jill. It's a $5 donation. And the message is, thanks for the info about requests. I guess I have asked for videos that you can't get to right now. I'll watch them on YouTube instead. Thanks. So no problem, Jill. Thank you for that donation. And Kay has donated $20. Thank you so much for that, Kay. The message is, it is said that due to streaming services, the average length of a song on the top 40 music list is 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Could modifying your songs to fit streaming services sacrifice artistic integrity? So thank you for that, Kay. And I think, yes, if you're writing a song purely to make it 3 minutes and 7 seconds, then that's not really an artistic way of doing it, because you write a song and then whatever the song is, that's just what it is. And to give a very famous example of that, Bohemian Rhapsody, they didn't write that to try and make it relevant for radio, because radio had a very specific amount of time that they would give to a particular song. So it was massively too long, Bohemian Rhapsody, but because artistically that's how they wanted it to sound and what they wanted it to be, they said, well, that's it, we're not changing it. So I think that yes, if you're trying to make your song a particular time to try and fit it into the charts or fit it into a streaming service, then you're going about it the wrong way. And if it was a case of somebody saying, right, if you give us a song that's 3 minutes and 7 seconds, it's going to be more successful than another song that's going to be longer, I would still give them the longer song, because that's at least a song that represents me as an artist, and it will attract the right people to the music. And it's something that I think every true artist doesn't really care how many people are listening to their music and the size of the audience they attract. They just want to attract the right kind of audience. And I think it's a lot better to have, 100 or 200 or 300 people that really like your music and really like you as a person, than have 3 million people that are buying into something that is false and you are faking it, and then you have to try and pretend to be somebody that you're not, because that isn't sustainable. You can't pretend to be somebody you're not for your whole life, because it will send you insane. So anyway, that is just my opinion on that. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation, Kay. And Nora has donated $5 as well, so thank you so much for that. The message is, the roulette was fun, congrats to Billy, and good luck to all on Tuesday. So thank you for that, and just reminding me that on Tuesday there is going to be another pick roulette. But because the last live stream that we did on Tuesday was not only hitting the target for the pick roulette, but we had a whole new record. We smashed the likes record for a live stream on this channel. So it means that we are having 2 giveaways next Tuesday. So make sure you tune in, because you've got double the chance of winning on the pick roulette for Tuesday night. So there's going to be 2 versions of that. I hope that is clear. We'll be giving away 2 picks. Also, again, a massive shout out to Carla for organising all of that pick roulette stuff. And I think in the future there's going to be an easier way that I can get everything off the screen. I might actually just literally use you guys as guinea pigs, if that's the right word, maybe that is, or test subjects, maybe that's a better thing, to see if I put on the background that okay, right, that would have worked better. I should have done the background and then gone to the roulette wheel. That would have been a lot better way of doing it, rather than having to remove everything one by one off the screen. But we live and we learn, so it'll be a little bit smoother on Tuesday night. But this is the first time that it's happened, and the first time that we've done it. The most important thing is that we've got the roulette done, dusted, and we have a winner. So congratulations to Billy. And it looks like we're at 312 likes, so we are getting close. We've just passed the likes target for tonight's live stream, so thank you everyone for doing that. If you're watching this on catch up, you can still hit that thumbs up. It really does help this live stream to get out there and the channel to grow. And it looks like we're only looking for 7 people to have another lottery next week, which would be amazing. We'll have a look out for those 7 people just while we get into the next video. Again, requested over on Patreon, and I do want to make sure that I get through these videos as well and the requests. So this is, let me have a little look down the line. We did have a request from Kevin, and it was for the Paris Nord album cut. And I'll see if we have Teresa, who has also requested Paris Nord, and Teresa Langridge, and not Teresa Gooding, all the Teresas are out, has also requested Paris Nord, so thank you for that. So we've got a few requests for this one, so I'll get this up on screen. I hope you guys enjoy it. It should be the lyric version of it from the album, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Lost
And there we have it. That was my song called Paris Nord. Again, you can pick that up at wingsofpegasus.com/store and just download any tracks that you want from that album called Persistence. So, we are going to be jumping into the Super Chat window, and I have some news. As you can see on the screen, we are at 324 likes. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. 325 likes. It means that next week we are going to have another pick roulette. So everybody has to say that they agree. If you haven't said that you agree already, to be part of that pick roulette next Saturday. So this is going to be a mad rush now in the live chat room to make sure that you post I agree, because then your name will be added to the roulette wheel, and just to make sure that you agree to have a pick sent to you if you do win it. So this is something that you guys can be doing in the live chat room, because Carla will be looking at all of those names, adding them to the list, and then we'll see what happens next week. But we will be having another roulette. So now, the next 2 live streams, we're going to have a double roulette on Tuesday and another roulette on Saturday. So it's exciting stuff. There are going to be some Wings of Pegasus picks flying out there. The first one's going to Billy. Let's get the super chat window up on screen, because we've had a donation from Billy herself, who has donated $5. Thank you so much for that donation, and a massive congratulations for being our first ever winner on the live stream pick roulette. So the message is, wanted to thank everyone for their congratulations, happy to claim the first pick. Good lord. So congratulations again. And Paul has donated $5 just because. So thank you for that, Paul, underneath that donation from Billy, and all of you guys in the super chat window for all of the support tonight over in that section of the screen, but also in the live chat room. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. It is already 1:15 in the morning here, so we're going to have to be calling things to a close pretty soon, but I am going to maybe play one more video just to give you guys, or anybody that hasn't yet agreed to be in the pick roulette for next week, you guys can post I agree in capital letters and with a little thumbs up, or even just I agree in capitals, or just I agree. I'm sure that Carla is just looking out for those, because we need to have that before then entering you guys into next week's pick roulette. So hopefully you guys can do that. Maybe I'll play one more video to give you guys a little bit more time, because it is getting a little bit late here in the UK, because it's very early morning here. I'm going to be calling it to a close. We will play one more, and let me just have a little look over on Patreon, because I think we had a request by Deborah for Amelia. So that's how Deborah's written it out over on Patreon. So we're going to have a look at Amelia. This will be my acoustic version of it, just while you guys have a chance to type in I agree in the live chat room. So we'll be going through this, and then the live stream will be ending after this video. So make sure you get those I agrees into the live chat room while this is playing, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! Alright, Phil here, Wings of Pegasus, and I had a little bit of spare time, so I thought I'd whip down an acoustic version of a track called Amelia, which will be on the album once it comes out. Now I've decided to sit on the squeakiest chair ever. Hopefully that won't affect it too much. Now the idea that I've got in my head is to play along like a version now, and then play along to that version afterwards, and then hopefully sort of sync it up somehow. But it should work. In my head, I think it's going to be fine. So let's see. Even if I told you for talking. Amelia, Amelia, how could you leave me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. They say that time is a healer. I don't believe what they say. I'm broken anyway. Ever since we parted, all this pain has started. It's never ending. On a roll, this emptiness. Each time I try to get inside, you're on a mile. No time for talking. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. Don't tell me you love me when you're sorry. It's not enough. Ooh, no. Only this time I woke and broken free. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, 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 Amelia. Cheers. And there we have it, complete with Cheers ending. So that was my song called Amelia. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Obviously it was the acoustic version of it. You can get the album version of that with strings and full accompaniment from an orchestra on there. That's the album version again. Persistence is the name of the album, which you can get at wingsofpegasus.com/store. So let me just jump into the live chat room for a final time because it's gone 20 past 1 here in the morning. So we're going to have to be calling it to a close. We are at 339 likes. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up, getting us past that target. So we will be having a pick roulette next week. And make sure that you say okay and, well, say I agree. Type that in. Hopefully you guys have all done that. And I'm still unsure as to whether I do type in I agree myself. But imagine if I won a pick roulette. It would totally defeat the point of having a pick roulette. We could just always spin the roulette wheel again. And obviously if I win it doesn't count, but it could just be a massive waste of time. I suppose the odds of me winning are probably slim, just the same as everybody else's. But Sod's Law, or Murphy's Law, as you say over in the USA, it would happen that Wings of Pegasus wins his own pick and signs it to himself. So it would be a little bit silly, but we will see. Maybe if you guys want to have myself on the roulette wheel, then Carla can do that. It is up to you guys because you rule the roost on these live streams. And thank you everyone for joining me tonight and for all of the donations as well in the super chat window. And just a final check to make sure that you are okay for the pick roulette. If you do want to be on that roulette wheel next week, type in I agree at the end of this live stream, because I am going to be wrapping it all up now. And there is a little bit of time after the live stream for you still to write that in there, but it's probably best just to get it in while I am live. If you are watching this on catch up, you can still hit that thumbs up, and you'll have to probably be part of the live chat room, actually live during these live streams, in order to get included in that roulette, or the pick roulette, or to be put on that roulette wheel, because the names that Carla can get a hold of are only during this live session. Because I know that some people have typed I agree in the comment section of other videos, and it's not going to work that way because Carla can't jump from video to video to see those. So if you can make it to a live stream, make sure that you type I agree, and then Carla will have that on record for the future roulette. So thank you everyone for joining me tonight. I'm going to be signing off now, and there is going to be an analysis video tomorrow night, so make sure you look out for that. We're going to be live again on Tuesday night doing a double roulette, so there's going to be 2 winners on Tuesday, so make sure you tune in for that to see if you were tuning in last Tuesday to see whether you win this Tuesday. And we're going to be just having more of the same in the future, because we have another pick roulette next Saturday as well. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. We're going to be calling it to a close at 343 likes. So again, we have smashed the likes goal of 310, and also of the pick roulette likes, which was 320. I did set it a little bit high, but we reached it, so it is all good, and we'll be doing the same thing again next week. So I'll see you in the comment section of tomorrow's analysis video. But as you guys know, I'm all over the comment section of all of the videos here on YouTube. I'll also be live Tuesday night, so if you can make it then, I will see you guys then. Stay safe everybody, and just follow the advice of your government wherever you are, wearing masks and self-isolating, self-distancing and all of that stuff. And hopefully things can return to relative normality soon out in the real world. But we are just keeping normality with these live streams, because I will still be here on Tuesday night and next Saturday night as always. I'll see you guys then. Thank you for all of the super chat donations, and just for joining me in general for this historic live stream, because it's the first one where we have given away a pick, and congratulations to Billy for winning it. So I will see you guys live on Tuesday night and in the comment section of the analysis video tomorrow night. Have a great rest of the weekend, and I hope your weekend goes really well, and that you have a good Monday as well, before I then see you again on Tuesday. So stay safe everybody, and I will see you then. Rock!